Okay. Let's see what I can do here.
Hello?
Hey, Dan.
Hey,
Can I just say for the record right now you're on candid camera?
I'm sorry?
I said, can I say for the record you're now on candid camera?
Oh shit.
um, I, long story short, normally when I do like a vlog and stuff, I do these things alone, but this is the kind of scenario where I kind of need someone at this moment. I don't know if it can be heard very well. Oh, never mind. I'll probably bring it up later. Because I really don't know how to break this to someone. I lasted 65 minutes in the new Power Rangers movie.
You lasted that long?
I lasted that long. I am not even kidding. Let me explain. There's another reason why, and I'll try to make it short. I was at the ticket booth and I got a call from Mom. You see, my grandfather damaged his ankle, and she mentioned, "Oh, we have a pumpkin bread mix. It'd be kind of nice if you made that for him." I said, yeah, I will." And normally she gets out around 4 or 5. So originally the ingenious plan was, okay, I'll just sit here, go home, and start making it. It takes like about 55 minutes. Um, and then as I was watching the movie, midway, I kept reminding myself, there's a pumpkin bread that I know I have to make. And I'm watching this film, and I'm watching this movie, and nothing's doing it for me. So I immediately said to myself, okay, if I don't if I don't feel a change once they get to the parts with Zordon, I'm gunning it. And sure enough, at the 65-minute mark, I just said, I got better things to do with my time. So it's, I felt like if you saw the way this played out in my mind as I was walking out of the theater, just not looking back, I just felt like John Cleese just getting out of a rut, going straight to his car, going home and doing something better with his time. Um, it's pretty much like that ending to Faulty Towers where they have the dead body, they're trying to get rid of it, and his only means of escape is going to the laundry bins.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. Um, my God, I knew exactly where this film was heading the minute it had the opening sequence. This is trying to be a teen drama crossed with a Man of Steel, Christopher Nolan kind of superhero sort of thing. Yeah, let me tell you, 65 minutes in, and they didn't even have the suits on.
Really?
Yes, really. 65 minutes in, and the only thing that they set up, not including the trailers, by the way, the only thing that they really set up was their teen drama, their different lives, and their problems with their parents. The stuff with, like, the Power Rangers mythology. Rita Repulsa pretty much was slowly waking up. Apparently, they found her fossilized body by a bunch of fishermen. Um, so I don't even know what her performance was like aside from that one sequence that I walked out on, but we'll get to that in a second. Um,
A bunch of fishermen found Rita's body fossilized.
okay, so the movie opens up in like some dinosaur period, and apparently Zordon is the Red Ranger because they're alien rangers. Go figure. I guess the whole thing is like, oh, the because I know, because keep in mind, last night I had to refresh myself, and so I watched a couple of episodes, and then Lewis's History of Power Rangers. He goes really in depth on that, and
Yeah.
I know,
I've seen every single one of them.
yeah, I know he mentions that there's like different rangers and different plants and stuff, and so
Yeah, but throughout, I'll probably mention it again later, but throughout all 22 seasons, the 22 series of Powers, there's only 2 alien rangers.
all right,
One's a technicality.
ah, So yeah, this movie opens up in this dinosaur period, and apparently we see him as the Red Ranger crawling on the ground like, we're losing the battle. All right, call in the meteor. We gotta destroy the Earth so we could like stop it before Rita Repulsa like destroys the planet and stuff. And you see like the Pink Ranger like morph out of her suit, and it's an alien. She looks like that creature from the Mighty Morphin Alien Ranger series. That's what they kind of sort of looked like. It was pretty much a cone head if they shrunk their head down and just made it like pale white and stuff. So then he crawls over, he like starts tossing like these gems and stuff into the ground, and then he looks up and there's like Rita's the Green Ranger, and just as he's about to destroy him, the meteor hits the Earth and Repulsa is tossed back into the sea. So years later, when she's found, like her suit's burned off, I guess, and she's pretty much this mummified corpse, and they have her down below in the fisherman area. And I swear to God, this is the dumbest thing I have ever seen in a movie. One of the many dumbest things. The fishermen call a police chief, and he's all like, "Oh, the body's down there. You can go ahead and take a look at that. You know, I'm gonna go and get a beer from the fridge." It's like, dude, you just found a mummified corpse, and you're gonna let this guy go down in there, and you didn't bring the thing up, you could have put it anywhere else. It's just, and I'm not even making this up. So the police chief goes down there, and you know what happens when you leave the police chief alone with a mummified corpse? Dead. And at the 65-minute mark, because they spew some exposition before they get to this bit, apparently she's trying to bring back a creature named Goldar. Oh, no, she doesn't have her minions with her, it's just her. Apparently she used to be the Green Ranger, but betrayed him. We don't get any reason why, and if there was, I probably didn't catch it. So apparently she's like gathering all these gold objects and stuff, and this homeless guy passes by her. Keep in mind, this is at the 65-minute mark. This is the point where I left. There's this homeless guy that passes by, and he has gold teeth. So then she's all like, "Oh, this would be perfect," and stuff. She mauls the guy, and then in shadow, we see her pull the teeth out. That's the moment where I said, yeah, I'm done. I know exactly where this movie's heading, so you know what? You have your little, whatchamacallit, Man of Steel battle. I'm gonna go make a pumpkin bread.
1 hour. 1 fucking hour, and I can't get it right.
Exactly, and I didn't tell you anything about the teenagers. Good God. So after that little flashback of the Cretaceous period, apparently, Jason, was it the Red Ranger's name? Jason?
Jason's red, Kimberly pink, Trini yellow, Billy blue, Zach black.
Thank you. Zach Black. Almost like Jack Black. Sorry.
I know.
God forbid. Okay, so apparently Jason's story is that he did a prank in whatever school, it doesn't say. Apparently it's at a school, where he decided to bring a bull into the high school gym locker room, because apparently their mascots are the bulls, because it says in the gym locker room, home of the bulls, and his little friend or whatever that we only see, keyword only see in this one scene, who looks like Billy from the Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin. Apparently they do this whole joke where supposedly his best friend masturbated the bull. He's like, "Oh, it's a good thing I milked the bull. Wait a minute. No, I milked the cow. Wait a minute, this is a bull. You can't milk a bull." "Well, yeah, it has one tit, right?" "Yeah, it had one tit. I used 2 hands." It's like, really? I'm looking over, and there's like a family of 4. There's 3 people across from me. There's like vaguely 10 people in the theater I'm seeing it at, and there's only 1 family in there. Like, this is the level of humor. This is Michael Bay humor.
At least Scott and Babu from the original season actually had comedic lines. Then again, you can actually just laugh at how absurd. It's like, or you're in the rocky area at one point when you're not. You're in the cityscape.
Yeah, so because of that big prank he did, he gets arrested for it. Oh no. Before that, he's getting chased by the cops, and they do that annoying 360 thing when he's being chased. We don't see any exteriors of the car leaving. The camera literally is plopped in the truck, and as they're driving off, the camera keeps spinning around as they're escaping or something like that. And then we see, from that point of view, keep in mind, in the truck, the car actually crash. And I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't it be cooler if we actually saw the crash from outside of the truck, like set up exteriors or something? Instead, we get like this camera point of view shot, like it's something out of like the Blair Witch, where, excuse me, where someone is like recording the chase or whatever, and it's just constantly spinning around. That style really bugged me because I really had no sense of where they were heading. It was just confusing, and I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking it, but I'm not even kidding. This is one of many technical problems, especially story-wise. Like, I get the idea it's trying to be this big origin story and such. I get it's trying to be like this big setup film. But here's the thing. It didn't take that long for Ant-Man to be set up. And at the very least, he gets a suit and he understands the properties and stuff and the dangers with it. It didn't take that long for the Guardians of the Galaxy to become Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes. Guardians of the Galaxy is okay, Star-Lord. Okay, aside from the first 10 minutes, which is depressing as hell, it's like, okay, now he's Star-Lord, he's got the mask, he just calls himself that.
Yeah. So...
It's just wrong already with the Red Ranger. It's just, and from what I see of the teams, it's just every single one of them just has something bad. They're all in detention. It's essentially the Breakfast Club.
That's what they do. That's really what they do. Apparently, Kimberly used to be with this group of cheerleaders or something. I don't know. It's never really explained because we don't get a good shot of...
She was never a cheerleader. She was a gymnast.
Oh, sorry. Gymnast, sorry. The way they make this...
In the show, she's a gymnast.
Sorry, I'm referring to the movie, so... it's just, the way they set it up, it doesn't feel right because there's no sense of a setup. They're just throwing it at you. There's a scene where she goes in the bathroom and runs into these two friends, and they're like, oh, we're cutting you out, and they hold up a photo that we barely see because it's in the foreground because the camera's focused on her. Her friends are in the mirror like it's some avant-garde kind of shot. We see them cut the photo out and like paste the picture of her on the bathroom wall with a pair of scissors. And so there's this brief moment where she contemplates suicide and instead cuts her hair short because why not? She's emo now, go figure.
She was the valley girl of the group.
So apparently, instead of Billy being a white guy and Zach being the black guy, Billy is the black autistic guy that has all the super sciencey stuff, and apparently Zach is this Pepe Le Pew crossed with Dawn from 16 Candles. He keeps going after the girl that is now the Yellow Ranger, who is not Asian. This was just a really awkward mess. It was really an awkward mess.
Aside from the racial casting, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. Like, we've seen black actors be of a color Rangers. I mean, even in which season was it? Turbo, the second half of Turbo and FTD, the Red Rangers were black people. So, well, Blue Ranger being a black person, I don't really mind about the racial casting, considering it will just be a bit racist the first season. The Yellow Ranger is Asian and the Black Ranger is black.
Yeah, less said the better. So apparently the power coins are now flat gems. Alright.
Wrong.
Fine. Whatever. That's...
The trailer itself just shows, like, they just got a quarry for some reason. And it's like, also none of these teams have anything to do with the original. I mean, I know, like, the fact that it's supposed to be always an over-interpretation. It's like, it's based on the first season, at least, yeah, he's influenced by the first season. These teams are not like, oh, right place at right time, become the Power Rangers. They're meant to be, like, chosen for the good of their hearts and whatever.
No, apparently here it's just a complete randomization. Billy's dad has this whole area they're fossilizing in, and for some weird reason, unless I zoned out on it, Jason is interested in it. And so they go there, and all the teens meet up by script coincidences. And then they find, like, all these three gems, which are as flat as coins. They chisel them out, they hold on to them, and oh, good God. So they decide to drive out of there because they're in a restricted area. Ooh! And the police are chasing after them because they're in a restricted area. Ooh! And I swear, I'm not even kidding here. The weirdest thing happens. They they're in this van because it's Billy's dad's van. Go figure. And they're trying to pass over these train tracks. And right as they're passing over, the train runs by, flips them off the tracks, and then it immediately cuts to Jason waking up going, oh, I have no memory of getting out of here. Oh, this weird coin. I have, like, superpowers. Like, they do the same thing with Amazing Spider-Man, where apparently he has no idea how strong he is after such an incident until he breaks a fraction of the frickin' sink. And the same thing for Kimberly, where she looks at this text from her friends like going, "We miss you," poop emoji, and she just crushes her phone. She's like, "Oh, I just crushed my phone, man, I'm strong." And then Billy just pretty much rips the door off of, like, a little shack area to all this equipment. It's just... The
original Power Rangers did not have civilian powers. Civilian powers did not come into the season until Ninja Storm, but that was like ninja powers, but then again Dino Thunder included them. So civilian powers are the dumbest thing because the powers that come from the power coins and the Power Ranger suits. Oh hey, I've got super strength and speed and agility and apparently and also Dino Thunder, the canary cry.
Yeah.
So it's the dumbest things you could add. Like, oh, make these teens really powerful, like superheroes, so people to look up to. The Power Coins and the Power Rangers, that's the whole thing about them.
Like, I know exactly what they're trying to do with this. They're trying to be like another YA teen superhero thing, like Amazing Spider-Man, which, alright, fine, but that's not quintessentially what Power Rangers was. It never...
Power Rangers was campy, it was colourful. Yeah, it was a bit cringy, but you know what, you could have actually embraced it. I mean, look at, what was it good? Like, again, Guardians of the Galaxy was colourful. It was a bit mature at times, yeah, but it knew what it was and knew there was limits. This one is like, you know what about this one, like, did not even care about the limits. It's like, you know what, let's do what the Transformers did. Let's do what Batman did. It's like, and it's something like Power Rangers, I mean, we have to be like it. Other than the fact that that's the entire point of the entire series. Even the ones who actually is a bit more dark, a bit more serious, like RPM is a really dark story. That was still colourful, it was still campy.
Yeah, that's alright, I'm still here. I'm just listening to all this interesting information. But no, you do have a really good point there. There was a sense of camp and colorfulness to the show. Like, even I remember one of the main reasons I did see that was for Bulk and Skull, because they're like the Three Stooges failing as bullies. And even then, as the seasons progressed, there was like a sense of a character arc. Here, they don't even have Bulk and Skull, which is, I guess, a good thing, because I don't want to see Bulk and Skull being like all, you know, Michael Bay out.
That's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, I don't want to see Bulk and Skull in the movie form. On the other hand, you know, it's probably good to actually include two of those popular characters of the entire arc of Mighty Morphin.
They were spared. They were thankfully spared. This is the only good thing I can think about this movie. They were spared. Can you imagine how that would kind of be? It was sort of like this big beefy guy's like, oh, I'm Bulk, and like Skull would be like this really skinny kind of guy with nothing but like a stick.
A fat, skinny punk, yeah.
Yeah. No, instead they get like one bully with like curly hair or something like that, and his big payoff... Oh no, I gotta talk about this. When they're in detention and they have that curly-haired bully, apparently he menaces Jason by punching him in the face, and then Jason literally slaps him back. He's like, dude, you just slapped me? What kind of person does that? And then the payoff later is after they get their powers, he confronts Billy for no reason and tries to snap his wrist to no avail because he has superpowers. And so then the bully is like, "Oh, I'll just knock you out." And I'm not kidding here. He headbutts Billy. Billy's not effective. He feels like he just rammed his head into an anvil and collapses to the floor. Everyone around him is like, "Oh yeah, I knocked him out." It's like, really? Where's the teacher? What's going on here?
One of the witnesses watch this attempted bullying.
Mm-hmm.
No one's gonna fight. I was like, there's like he headbutted him, but he fell down. That's not right.
Yeah.
Again, let's refer to my rant about the fucking civilian powers because they don't exist in that they're not any classic Saban era Power Rangers.
Excuse me. So I got as far as I could with this one. At least I got to see what they did to Zordon Alpha. Bill Hader, I didn't think was badly casted. I was just really annoyed with the different directions they were taking it into. Bill Hader was fine, but the design of Alpha was just so uncanny that even they tried to make it cartoonish, like whenever he blinks his little headlight eyes, you hear this ding, ding kind of sound effect, like from a cartoon.
Yeah.
I'll give it this much. Bill Hader was actually, well, he wasn't like, well, Alpha 5, he's obviously the comic relief. I know people don't like Alpha and people do like Alpha because ay. But here I was okay with who they got to voice him, but design-wise, really?
Yeah, no.
It looks like they took a Transformers doll and melted it with a hairdryer.
You look at the Dragonball in Alpha 5, the little robot from Power Rangers Megaforce, and whatever they consider to be alien. But for example, in Megaforce, the little robot Alpha 5 then basically looks like Johnny 5.
Yeah. At least with this one, he didn't say I a lot. He did say it once in the movie. He did say it once, but it might have been like a little side joke or something. That was really about it. Zordon, Bryan Cranston just sort of feels like he's there. They quote-unquote said he's motion captured. It's really just this digital face that's being pushed through. You know that toy back then with all the pins?
Yeah, that's what one of those stars thing. It's the pin toy again.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
And then you go, it's your hands in metal form. Which, you know, those like fun value for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's really what it...
See what bases you can pull in it, and then you just kind of go, okay, back to the bouncy ball.
I'm kind of curious to see what this would have been like in 3D, because there are moments where you see his face move from side to side. Like, I have a question. Yes, you see his head move to the left. I have a question. Yes, his head move to the right. It's just like, really? Like, okay, in the series, he was pretty much a face in a fish tube, which makes you wonder. Which makes you wonder how many times he was fed fish food. Here, he's pretty much just a giant head on a screen moving from side to side in this big spaceship that they apparently find. Oh, no, of course, I gotta mention this. Apparently there's a scene where they chase after the girl that later becomes the Yellow Ranger, and she's like, oh, leave me alone, I want to be myself. And this is where they have superpowers, and they're trying to confront each other. Apparently, Zordon's hideaway is under this rock formation, but they have to jump into this small pool of water. And then they do this thing, like in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, where apparently when they're underwater, it becomes upside down, and then they like go through this barrier of water, and there's all these weird different tunnels and stuff to different areas of the ship and everything. Like, it's... I felt like I was getting Man of Steel vibes. That's really what it was. Again, it's trying to be this very gritty, very... dark, modernized kind of superhero-esque kind of film, but again, it's Power Rangers, it's campiness, it's kaiju, it's really this colorful show that didn't really need this turn. okay, you can actually do that kind of thing. You can, but you really have to respect the source and know exactly how it's working into these kind of ports and angles. Um, I'm trying to.
It's just, to my perspective, if it was nothing to do with Mighty Morphin, absolutely nothing, or any other series that exist, like Zeo, Turbo, Lightspeed, Wild Force, Ninja Steel, none of those completely original Ranger names, Ranger suit designs, like because of the kept the design but have slightly different ones, like different animals for the heads, different Zords, because they look completely different. I'm like, why the fuck does the Mastodon have 8 legs and the Triceratops has 6?
Yeah.
Even though the original Triceratops had tracks, but it was just 4 tracks. And oh, the film is done on the fucking Megazord. It was just the idea of Power Rangers. 5 or 6 pre-teens get powers. There's a command center or the power chamber, whatever. There is a mentor. There is an assistant. There's a great evil, and there's a monster. You have to get, and the robot and the Zords will come together to form a Megazord, not the Megazord, and defeat it. That's basically Power Rangers. You could have done anything else. Change the names, change the colors, change the designs, and it would have been a Power Rangers movie, but it wouldn't be so insulting.
Like, I'll give the 1996 movie at least some credit. The story...
95.
Sorry, 95. The story at least felt like it. The story felt at least perfect. It was just the execution and the effects. I liked the Ivan Ooze villain. I thought he was over the top. He had this very Freddy Krueger kind of motif. And it worked for that show. It worked for the style. Yeah, it has problems. It has a lot of problems, especially with the CGI at the end. And you can really tell. But at least I can look at that film and say it's quintessentially what a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger should be on paper. It really depends if you have the right people to work with it. This movie was just literally trying to be like, well, the chart says people like these kind of things. The chart says people like this kind of stuff. So that's really what it felt to me. It felt like
people like the first thing of Mighty Morphin, and people really like these Transformers and Batman style reboots. Let's merge the two together and see what comes out of it.
Well, keep in mind, I didn't stay for the whole movie, so what I'm telling you is really as much as I saw and kind of gave up with it, because...
All you need to see is watch a few TV spots, a couple of trailers, and that's it. You got the gist of the movie.
I supposedly heard that Krispy Kreme's makes a cameo here and there, but I was just like, no, pumpkin bread's more important than this.
IHOP was more important than that. Yeah, I had to go there.
It's okay. It's all right. If anything, what this wants me to do is just literally just purchase the complete series and the Super Sentai series, because there's much more interesting things just examining the two and seeing how they differ, as opposed to something that is literally trying to blend two styles together and nothing's meshing really well. You have quirky teen situations, again, straight out of a Michael Bay movie, and you have this very dark, gritty reboot, but yet when it's between the two, it really can't decide which of the two to harness. I don't know if it's going to be a big hit this weekend. I doubt it will for 2 reasons. There wasn't that many people in the theater when I went to see it at, and I didn't see the early Thursday screening. I was busy Thursday, so I didn't get the chance. Beauty and the Beast is mauling the box office. Like, literally mauling the box office, so it really has a chance. They say they're going to make, like, a 5-film saga thing. I really think they're pulling their shots out a little too early now.
They had a plan for a 6-movie arc. Which is just, really, yeah, why you plan for this when your first one's not even out yet?
Yeah.
Do the first one, then if it's really, really good, then you make a sequel, and then you do a cliffhanger ending like the Black Panther Caribbean did. Like, the first, Puzzle Black Pearl had a pseudo cliffhanger. It's just next adventure.
Well,
I can live with that. Dead man's chest. Oh, hi, Bobo. So what the hell are you doing? Oh, it's fucking credits. Fine. I don't spend money to actually know what the fuck happens next.
Well, Black Pearl felt like more of a standalone movie, so it wasn't really much of a cliffhanger. It was just Jack Sparrow on his ship going, "Hey, adventure, woohoo!"
I would say as a pseudo cliffhanger, there's a next adventure. It's like, oh, obviously a sequel, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
But Dead Man's Chest was a flat out, here's a character back from the dead, and then credits.
Mm.
So, first of all, the only reason that sequel got successful because people really wanted to see more Jack Sparrow, because the first one did so well. And they people only watched the third film because you fucked them over with a cliffhanger.
Yeah. So, you're not missing much with this one. That's all I can say about that. I'm probably gonna get tons of angry comments saying, "Oh, stay for the full movie. It gets better after the 90-minute mark." The 90-minute mark? I'm not even kidding. I'm reading reviews online. It's like, oh, it takes a good hour and a half until something actually happens.
Yeah, so the first two acts are pretty much boring. Nothing happens. This is build up. The third act is when it actually becomes like Power Rangers. Like, if it was gonna be like Power Rangers, how do you freaking start with that? At least Pirates of the Caribbean started with freaking pirates.
You know, watching this movie, it reminded me of the Josh Trank Fantastic Four film. And at least with the Trank film, despite some dumb stuff that really angers me, I knew exactly what Trank was doing with it. He was trying to do some weird Cronenberg thing. But with this one, it just took too much time to set up its stuff. It took way too much time to set up its stuff. And all I got was just teenage drama that I can see on a Lifetime movie and bleak superhero stuff that has been done way before its time. Maybe it's a case where they wrote the script at the peak of these variations of superhero, like Batman versus Superman and stuff like that, the grittiness and all that. So it's already.
The plans for the movie started when Saban bought back the license to Power Rangers from Disney after they cancelled it in 2009. So in 2011 we got Power Rangers Samurai, and then they decided to deal with Lionsgate to make a film. It took them 6 years to do it. And it's like, oh, make a movie now. People like this stuff. Let's do it now. Took them this long. Release it now. Yeah, no.
That's what I thought.
We like Deadpool levels of stuff now.
Oh well, I'm just gonna keep binging on the Mighty Morphin series on Netflix. Thank God it's on there.
Yeah, I've been watching Lightspeed Rescue between other stuff.
How's Lightspeed, by the way?
Lightspeed's my favorite one. It's like the pseudo star of the individual Rangers, even though Lost Galaxy was the first new set of Rangers with new powers, not the evolution of them. But Lightspeed is like, yeah, we're like the first man-made Power Ranger.
Alright. Still, thank you for being on with me for this therapy session, and yeah, everyone
listening, just go and watch Power Rangers on Netflix, or go on buy the Shout Factory DVDs.
Or go see King Kong in Vietnam. That's more colorful than this one.
I'll just watch the original 95 movie. Yeah, it's just basically a teaser for season 3, and it's non-canon, but what the hell?
Yeah.
It's a Power Rangers film.
It's more of a Rangers film than what I saw. At least a fraction or half of it.
And it has on the plus side, it has the original cast.
Like I said, I would have stayed for the whole thing, but it was just getting tedious and irritating, and there were more important things to do at the moment, so you do what you can.
Like toe clipping.
Or dog watching. Yeah. Alright, thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Alright. See you on the flip side, and I'll let you know when this video's up.
Alright.
Cheers.
Alright.
That felt like holding a grenade. Ow. Man. Ooh, a message. Okay. Yeah. If you really think I was a big chicken, go ahead. Leave a comment. I don't care. There's better things coming out next month and in April. I'm just gonna keep doing this because my hand doesn't feel right. Alright. I'm done. No, folks, this is not an April Fool's Day prank. I actually do have a lost episode of Vaulting, and it's going to premiere April 1st on ManicExpression.com. Be there, won't you?